Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Bisect. Our life is made up of full of incidents. Incidents may represent sentences, and sentences may represent either the present time or past time, or they may represent future time. So, our life is governed by time. Even Shelley said, "A heavy weight of ours has chained and bored one too like thee, tameless and swift and proud." So, today I am going to introduce a very important aspect of our life and English language, that is tenses, particularly present tense. When we think about tense, the first question that comes in our mind is, what is tense? How the term tense is originated. Let us look at the slide. This word has come from the Latin word tempus. So the term tense is originated from the Latin word tempus. And the meaning of tempus is time. So again, time factor is importance. If we try to understand the meaning of tense is time. Tenses are used in the English language to convey time. Again, time is in the center of tense. If we broadly divide tense into categories, then we can divide tense in three parts. The first is present tense, second, past tense, third, future tense. If we try to understand what the present, past and future tense is, then to know what is happening at particular given time, we have to use a specific tense form. If we try to understand it, then if we have to know what is happening with us, what is happening around us, first of all, we have to know tense factor. We have to know tense form. If we try to understand present tense, then the verb that refers to present time is said to be in the present tense. In short, present tense refers present time. Then past tense, the verb that refers to past time, it is said to be in the past tense. That means past tense refers past times. The future tense, the verb that refers to future time is said to be in the future tense. That means future tense refers future time. Once again I am repeating, if we try to know past tense, then past tense refers past times. If we try to know future tense, then future tense refers future time. And if we want to know present tense, then present tense refers present time. Then we must remember that when a particular tense form undergoes a change, the verb of that sentence has to change. So the first thing that we have to remember is that if we want to change the tense, then we have to change the verb form of that particular sentence. In short, આપણે જો ટેન્સ ચેન્જ કરવો હોય, આપણે જો કાળ બદલવો હોય, તો આપણે એ સેન્ટેન્સની અંદર જે વર્બ ફોર્મ, જે ક્રિયાપદ છે, એને ચેન્જ કરવું પડે. ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ, I was eating. The sentence I was eating represents past tense. Then if we try to convert the sentence I was eating into the present time, into the present tense, then we can change was into am, is or are. If I try to change I was eating into the present tense using I as the subject, then I shall write I am eating. So if I change the sentence from past tense to the present tense, then I have to change the verb form of the sentence. This means that when the tense form changes, the real or actual change occurs in the verb form. Let us therefore revise the functions performed by verb. તો આપણે પહેલાં એ સમજીશું કે વર્બ ફોર્મ દેટ ઇઝ ક્રિયાપદ એ કયા કયા ફંક્શન્સ કયા કયા કાર્યો કરે છે. A verb tells us, number 1, what a person or thing does. That means કોઈ વ્યક્તિ કે વસ્તુ શું કરે છે. For example, here, he goes to college daily. A daily college જાય છે. That means a person goes to daily, a person does the work of going. So here verb form tells us he goes to college daily. So here go is the verb form. Next, what a person or thing is. Here I have given you the example. She is a rich lady. So what a person is, she is a rich lady. So here is the verb form. Then the third point is what a person or thing has, had or will have. That means व्यक्ति या वस्तु के पास क्या है, था और होगा. For example, she has a car. What she has? She has a car. So here has is the verb form. Then the next is what happens to a person or thing. That means a person और वस्तु के साथ क्या होता है. For example, his grandfather died last week. उसके ग्रैंडफादर को एना ग्रैंडफादर ने शू थयु तो लास्ट वीक ही डाइड. सो डाइड इज द वर्ब फॉर्म. देन द फिफ्थ पॉइंट इज what is done to a person or thing. વ્યક્તિ કે વસ્તુને સાથે શું થયું છે. For example, Amit was honored by the principal. તો અમિતને ઓનર મળ્યું છે. તો ઓનર was honored is the verb form. So these are the functions of verb form. Now remember that depending on the person or the subject, changes take place in the helping verb. So what we change the helping verb, but we have to remember the reference of the person or the subject. That means કર્તા કે નાઉન કે નામ જે છે એને આપણે પહેલાં કન્સિડર કરવું જોઈએ. એને આપણે ધ્યાનમાં રાખીને પછી આપણે વર્બ ફોર્મ ચેન્જ કરવું જોઈએ. ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ, here I have given you the example and the example is I am studying. I am studying, this sentence is in the first person singular. But if I try to change this sentence from first person singular to the first person plural, then first of all I have to change the subject. And here the subject is we. So we use we, and with we use the verb form are. If we convert the sentence I am studying into the third person singular, then we can write the subject he, she or it. If I write he, then the sentence will be he is studying. And if we try to change this sentence into the second person singular or plural, then I can use subject you, and with you I use verb are, and then the sentence will be you are studying. If we try to divide the present tense in various sections, then we can divide it into 4 parts. The first is simple present tense, second continuous present tense, third present perfect tense, and fourth, present perfect continuous tense. Again I am repeating: simple present tense, continuous present tense, present perfect tense, and present perfect continuous tense. Now let us start simple present tense. If we try to define simple present tense, then the definition of simple present tense is: the simple present tense is used to indicate those activities that take place on a daily basis. It usually talks about routine talks. Two things are important here in this definition. The first is it takes place on a daily basis, and the second point is it talks about routine talks. So, simple present tense talks about our daily life. It talks about our day-to-day life, and it is the main thing in the simple present tense. For example, I play cricket in the evening. So, the activity of playing cricket happens every evening. The second is they go to school every day. That means every day means darroj હું school જાઉં છું. So, I go is the verb form. It represents simple present tense. Then the third sentence is she watches television every evening. So, the activity of watching television happens in the every evening. In short, in the simple present tense, the activities which happen in our day-to-day life or in our routine life represents simple present tense. If we try to divide simple present tense into person-wise structure, then the first person singular should be subject plus verb plus object. If we try to look at the sentence, I pray to God every morning. Here I is the subject, pray is the verb form, God object, and if we try to find out other words, these are every morning. Again, I subject, pray verb, God object, and every morning other words. This is the structure of first person singular simple present tense. Then the structure of the first person plural. Again the same structure, subject plus verb plus object. And if we try to find out the sentence, then the sentence is again same sentence, we have only changed the subject, that is we. Verb, pray, object, God, and every morning other words. Then in the simple present tense, if we try to find out the structure of the second person singular and plural. Now remember, in the second person singular and plural, the subject is the same, and that is you. So the structure of the second person is subject plus verb plus object, and the sentence is you talk to your friends daily. Here you is the subject, talk is the verb, your friends object, and daily other words. Then the third person singular, the subject, verb, s or es, that is different, then plus object. Now remember that in the third person singular we have to add s or es to the verb form. For example, he plays cricket in the evening. So here we haven't used play, but we have used plays. Now remember that we have to add either s or es to the verb form. Now to which verb forms we can use s and to which verb form we can add es, that we have to remember. So to those verbs whose end is with o, s, double s, sh, ch, x, we add es to the verb form. Again I am repeating, to those verbs whose end is with o, s, double s, sh, ch, x, then we add es to the verbs. The second thing, for example, here I have given you the examples. For example, fix, then it becomes fixes. Go, it becomes goes. Reach, reaches. Praise, praces. Finish, finishes. Second thing that we have to remember for the third person singular verb form is that verb with ending part y, but before y a consonant, then we have to change y into I and then we should put es. For example, carry, carries. Marry, marries. Bury, buries. Again I am repeating, if the ending letter of the verb form is y, then we should change y into I and then put es. But remember, before y it should be a consonant, not vowel. If it is vowel, then we should add only s. For example, play, play. So before y we have a, that is vowel. So we cannot change y into I, but we should only put s and it will be plays, plays. Now the third person plural. The structure again the same, subject plus verb plus object. The example is, they play cricket in the evening. Here they is the subject, play is the verb form, cricket, object, in the evening other verbs. Remember that words like every day, every year, always, sometimes, usually, generally, very often are used in the sentences of simple present tense. Again I am repeating, remember words like every day, every year, always, sometimes, usually, generally, very often are used in the sentences of simple present tense. Now, which are the uses of simple present tense? In the practical life, which type of sentences are used in the simple present tense, that we have to know. So the first use of simple present tense is, it talks about situations that are of permanent nature. So here the element of permanence is important. For example, Mrs. and Mr. Shah live in Ahmedabad. So, Mrs. and Mr. Shah live in Ahmedabad means they live in Ahmedabad permanently. So, Ahmedabad is the permanent home of the Shahs. So, the element of permanence represent simple present tense. The second usage of simple present tense is, it talks about universal truths. Universal truths means સનાતન સત્ય, જે આપણે ચેન્જ ન કરી શકીએ, જે આપણે બદલી ન શકીએ એવા જે સત્ય હોય, ઇટ ઇઝ કોલ્ડ યુનિવર્સલ ટ્રુથ્સ. ફોર